everybody. This is your girl Thato, the Flourish host for Flourish with Thato. I am a Flourish franchisee, and what that means is that I am certified to offer antenatal um, support to moms, mostly newly moms, and just women who are pregnant. And tonight I am going to be joined by Bongiwe Mbobo, who is one of the mums whom I find very inspirational. And in these conversations, we're just going to be talking about the journey of becoming a mom, the pregnancy journey, what it looks like, what it feels like. And I don't know of any other person, to have this conversation with, other than Bongiwe. Last week we had Reba Jadine share her journey with us, and I'm excited that this week we have yet another amazing guest joining us. So Fisiwe, hello, how are you? So I see Fisiwe has joined us. So hello. Hoping your Thursday is good. Yes, and the lady of the moment is here. So we're going to go straight. Alrighty. I'm so excited. Hey, hi, Bongiwe. How are you?
How are you? I'm great. I'm great.
I'm good, thank you. Thank you for making time on a Thursday evening to be a part of this conversation. Yes, I'm
Thank
so excited
you.
to have you.
No, I'm the one who's excited. I've really been looking forward to this. And yeah, I have a bit of a flu though. So everyone
Oh,
excuse my voice.
mhm.
But yeah, I'm very excited and thank you for inviting me.
I didn't know of any other mom I could have on this platform other than you, because I am low key on your Instagram, wanting to see what adventures are you getting up to, and I have subscribed to your YouTube channel. I was like, I need to bring this woman on board. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's so nice. But yeah, thanks, man. Thanks. I try to have as much fun as I can. And yeah, that's it basically.
All right. So I see we have a few people joining us. Hi, Princess. Hi, Dinewo. Hi, I think it's them. And Isiwe. All right. So I don't like being forward. So I leave the introduction to be done by the moms, because I don't want to be sharing stuff that, I don't know if people want to share. So, so maybe can you just give us an introduction to say, who is this mom? Who is this phenomenal lady joining us today? Just take us through that, and then you can go straight into our conversation.
Okay. Hi, everyone, and thank you for everyone that joined. I see a couple of familiar names, Wandi, Busani, Mameti. So thank you for everyone that joined the live today. My name is Bongi. I'm 28 in a month's time. But yes, I'm a mother of almost 2-year-old daughter. And I'm also a very career-driven woman. I'm currently an accounts manager or practice success manager, if you'd like to call it that. I work for a software company. So yeah, so I'm just a young person also trying to build their career. At the same time, I'm a wife, I'm a mother. So I'm just trying to juggle this life thing and do the best that I can. But mostly, I think for me, it's about just being in a positive space and creating beautiful memories for me and my family. And yeah, everything I do is for myself and my family, because I'm very family orientated. And I would like for us to one day look back and say, you know what, we've lived a very meaningful life and we've created so many beautiful memories. And that's really what it's all about for me. Yeah.
Oh, wow, you've said it all. And I think for people who will get an opportunity to watch this live, they will understand how you made it, to the list of people I have in this conversation. Thank you so much for that. So I think I'd like us to, let's just take us through your pregnancy journey. Seeing that this is your first child,
Yeah,
you just recently gotten married, so just take us through everything. How was it like, you know?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, it was a surprise more than anything. Uh, yeah. So me and my partner have been together for quite some time. I think it's this year it's 5 years, but at that time when I found out I was pregnant, it was 3 years. We had already been living together. We had already purchased our first house together and just living together and trying to work things out. And the plan was to first get married, just wait a bit, maybe travel a bit, and then have a baby. But I guess God had other plans for us.
Yeah, yeah.
So when that happened, I think we were 3 years in, and that year we were planning that okay, this is what's going to happen. We're going to do the whole wedding stuff, and yeah, that's the path that we're going. But then, to our surprise, one day we woke up in the morning, and then I wasn't feeling so well, and then I'm like, maybe I should just like get a test or something because I haven't been feeling well for some time now. And
Mm-hmm.
then luckily I wasn't those people that was like vomiting constantly, but I know my body and I could feel that I don't like feel the way I usually do. So I took a
Yes.
test, and to be quite honest, the first thing, I remember looking at the test and being like, what? I was like so shocked. Um, I was shocked because I was on birth control, but to be honest, I was on and off. Sometimes I wouldn't go to get that injection, or I would go a bit later. So
Mm,
yeah, but nothing had ever happened in the past. So I was kind of like shocked that okay, well this time it happened very differently.
yeah.
And yeah, as being a young person, the first thing you think of is like, oh my gosh, like I was scared. But the person that really helped me through this journey, and the person that really calmed me down, and the person that I'm like most grateful for, is my partner, because as soon as he saw that test, he was happy, and I think that helped me calm my nerves. It helped me calm down a bit.
Yeah.
He was excited, and he was like, oh my gosh, we're gonna have a baby, whatnot. And he made it he had a different reaction compared to me, and that calmed me down a lot. And I
Mm-hmm.
instantly saw the positive side of things, instead of like going to that default mode of yeah, just
Mm,
thinking of all the bad things that could happen. I started seeing the good things about this, and yeah, we decided, okay, we really gotta do this. We went to the doctor, got a few scans, saw the baby, and I think when you first see your child through a scan, that changes the whole game, because you're like, okay, this is an actual human being.
right.
And then from there, yeah, that's how it happened. We've been doing this now for a year and 8 months. It's not easy. I'm not going to lie and say it's easy. Having a child is very challenging.
Mm,
It has its ups and downs, especially as a young person who's also trying to build their career, because sometimes you have to make certain sacrifices, just so for the well-being of your child, if I can say so. You need
mm,
to prioritize your child first before your career. And before, I used to prioritize my career first. I was that girl who was always working late and whatnot. And now I kind of have to learn a different way of doing things. So yeah, it has
mm.
been challenging, but yeah, I try to do my best, and I take it one day at a time. And yeah,
Of
that's all I
course,
can
yeah.
say.
Especially because there's no manual on how to parent.
There's no
I mean,
manual.
if there was a manual, I think every woman would have one, to best prepare them for when the
Mm,
when the child is born, right? So
yeah,
thank you so much for sharing that. That it's a really exciting thing, and also I think I like the fact that your partner was excited
yeah,
because then it
Yeah.
sort of like helped you ease up a bit. Because I think from the conversations I've had with different moms is that they
Mm.
would be nervous because they don't know how their partner would receive it. So
Mm.
if the partner receives it well, it's sort of like, oh, okay, now we can breathe and just, and just get into it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and I think I like the fact that you are very honest, and it is known that you are a career woman, right? So what was the transition like? Now you have like there's a whole
Yeah,
human being, you need to prepare for them, and you still want to stay, or rather be like give your best like you've been doing,
yeah.
the past few months. How was the transition like, and was the working environment enabling and allowing for you to be, this new person? Because once you are now pregnant and now you have a baby, you become this new person, for
Mm.
lack of a better word.
No, you're correct. I think for me, and I'll say that's like, yeah, with like for me, it's a personal thing. It worked out very well. I think it's mainly because of the company that I was working for. I will not
Mm.
lie. That company was so supportive. I think also what made them so supportive, it was mainly the leaders and the people that are our directors of the company specifically that I was working for are women. So they were
Oh.
so understanding. That's why I always say in workplaces we need women in leadership roles because they provide a different perspective. Sometimes
Mm.
when there's not that diversity in a company and it's only male leaders, I do feel sometimes they lack in that compassion and understanding of what a woman needs during that time. So the people in that organization, they supported me a lot. Even during that time, they would call and check up on me. They would give me certain privileges, like in terms of like, I could leave early on certain days because they know that I just had a baby. When I
Mm.
first eased back to work, they gave me a couple of days off. To ease into going back to, because obviously when you've been on maternity leave for 4 months, it's not easy to just leave your child at home
Mm.
with someone else. I remember I was also just breastfeeding at the time, so they would give
Yes.
me like they would tell me that, you know what, you can knock off at 12 maybe for the first couple of weeks, and they would make certain provisions for me, and I'm so grateful to them for that, because it really made the process, which is in itself, it's very difficult just being a mom and transitioning from being that single person, that single person who cares only about themselves, to now having someone that fully depends on you, and being a mother. So they helped a lot. And even just the conversations that I would have conversations with my director, and she would ask me how everything is going and how's the breastfeeding, like conversations that you can't just have with like men, for
Yeah.
example. So
Yeah.
that's why I think, what women need to occupy those spaces, not just for them, but just for other women. It gives a different perspective, and they can change certain processes that companies have so that they accommodate other females as well.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, you said it well. I couldn't agree more. And I think this is one of the things, we are advocating for, to say, we need
Yeah.
more women in leadership spaces. We need, and not just to have them there as a front, but they need to be part and parcel of the processes and the policy, formulation of policies, because then it makes
Mm,
it a bit easier for other women,
mm,
to navigate in that space, especially if you are in corporate,
mm,
because it's a still very male dominated
very,
industry, and
yeah.
it's very demanding. But I'm really
Mm,
grateful that for you it wasn't as intense. So
yeah.
I just want to know about, the role that family played, right?
Yeah.
So with Flourish with Thato, in the antenatal program, we have a lot of young moms, and for some of them, the family is not really supportive. So how was your experience like, and what would you say to a young mom who doesn't really get, sufficient support from their family?
That's a very tough one, Tato, because that's one of the things that are very close to my heart, my family. And I don't think I would have been as okay as I am now if it wasn't for them. Because when I was sad, those were the people that I would call. When I needed help, those are the people that I would call. And I really believe in the saying that it takes a village, because it
True,
really does. You
true.
can't do this by yourself. Like
Mhm.
you will not be as happy as you should be. You will not be the mother that you want to be if you're trying to juggle everything by yourself. And that's why I really think that family plays a huge role. I really feel for those people for those ladies whose families are not involved, because I honestly don't know what I would do in that situation. But I've seen
Mhm.
some very strong women who try and do this by themselves, but I don't feel like they should be. Like, I don't think anyone should be put in a position whereby they are raising a child by themselves with no family or support from their family, regardless of what has happened. A
Mm.
life, you can't raise a whole life by yourself. Kids are given, God gives them to us for a reason, and they're not just for you, they're for everyone, they're for the world, they're going to serve a purpose in the world. So I really do think your family should be a part of the process of building that human to a point whereby they can go out and help the world or play a part in the world. So I don't think I have any advice, because I haven't been in that situation before. But
Before.
I would just
Yeah.
say, keep your head up and try to do the best that you can. But to families, I would say try and support if you have a pregnant sister, or a pregnant um, a pregnant wife or a pregnant daughter, try and support them by all means. I think most women know that this journey is not easy, and most women do help. Like, especially in my situation, a lot of women, whether they were family or just colleagues, they tried to help me a lot and give me certain advices. And yeah, I felt like women understand each other more, and that's why they try to help you in any way that they can. And that really
Mhm.
helped me. So yeah, like, my family was my pillar of strength, I will not lie. Even to
Yeah.
this day, when
Mm.
I need a break, I call my mom and say, you know what, come take your grandchild. I'm tired. I just need
Yeah.
time by myself. So yeah,
True.
family played a huge role in me trying to raise this human being, and they still do. Yes.
Yeah. And I think you are touching on another important aspect, which is self-care and
Mm,
knowing when, to take care of yourself as well. Because if you are not at 100, then the child that you're raising, you're not giving them, sufficient love or, attention that they require. So what are some of the self-care stuff you do? I know one of them, you've already hinted that, Granny, come fetch your baby because, wow, Diagoa, I need time out. So, what are some of the things you do?
okay. So self-care for me, I'm funny enough, I like being alone. So sometimes I'll just take my daughter to her grandmother so that I can just be alone with my own thoughts. I
Mm,
plan a lot in my head, and sometimes I just need to think without a baby screaming next to me. So I'll just sit and watch my Netflix and put on whatever that I like at that time, and have maybe a glass of wine. Or sometimes
mm,
I'd go out with friends, and most importantly, I try to make time for me and my husband, because we also need to rekindle our relationship every now and then. It can get tough with the baby there, because we don't give each other the same amount of attention like we did before. So I always try to have some time with him as well without the baby. Even sometimes it's tough, to be honest. And we recently just moved into a new province, so a lot of our family is not around, so it can be tough sometimes to have just quality time. But we try to fit it in every now and then. My daughter goes to crèche, so sometimes even during the week, we'll go and work at a coffee shop rather than work at home, because both of us are working at home. So we'll try we're having some. Are you still there, Thato? I'm seeing. Okay, I think we're having some internet issues there. Can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, now I can hear you. Even mine was paused for a minute. Sorry about
Oh,
that.
okay. No, it's cool. No, it's cool. But yeah,
Yeah.
for me, self-care is that it's just giving yourself time to do the things that you love, and just giving yourself time to collect your thoughts and really think about certain things that you wouldn't necessarily think about when you have a child there. But yeah, it's just giving yourself time just to relax, and you need that as a mom, because sometimes you
Yeah.
can feel pressured that you need to constantly be the one doing everything because you're a new mom. But I've learned that, yeah, when you shouldn't overwork yourself, because when you do, you become this angry person. Now you're shouting at the child. You're doing things that you normally wouldn't do, and your child deserves the best version of you, and they will be happy when you are happy. Yeah.
True. That is so true. I think now I'm interested in finding out what are some of the things you would do to bond with your baby when they were still in your belly.
In my belly. Oh, okay. But the bond. There's something called pregnancy brain. Funny enough, to be honest, most of the stuff that I used to do when I was pregnant, I've forgotten. And I used to read about it. I used to read about it, and they say, when once you've been pregnant, a lot of your memory, like it goes away, like you lose some of your memory. And I can
Mm,
honestly attest to it. I've forgotten a lot of the stuff that had happened during that time. I don't know if because maybe
yeah.
I'm so yeah, but one of the things I know that we used to do, but this would be with my husband as well. We would just sit
Mhm.
and play music for the baby, and sometimes when the baby's kicking, we would talk to the baby, and just he would rub my stomach. And my daughter used to kick a lot, hey, like, and her kicks were hard. Like when my partner is sitting next to me, when we're sitting on the couch and my partner sitting next to me, he would literally feel the kicks, and he'd be like, how the baby's kicking. And I'm like, okay, you can feel that. So her kicks
Yeah.
were pretty tough. Yeah. So yeah, we would like have those moments whereby we're just talking to the baby and he's rubbing my tummy. And yeah, I would play music for her. I would read to her. Another colleague of mine suggested reading, and I started reading to her. And yeah, I would feel closer and closer to her. What I really liked doing was to go to her nursery room and
Mm,
set up, yeah, and just start packing stuff and looking at her stuff, even though they are packed and they are neatly there, but I would repack them because
of
I was just so
course.
excited. Yeah, I was very excited. I was very excited, especially closer towards the end of the pregnancy, whereby I was just, I couldn't wait to meet her. So yeah, those
Yeah.
are one of the things that I would do just to feel closer to her. And yeah, yeah, that's it,
Mm.
basically.
Sure, that's beautiful because I think I have been trying to get the moms to say, "Hey, play music for your baby,"
Yeah.
especially because from 16 weeks the baby starts hearing, but at 16
Mhm.
weeks they can only hear your heartbeat, and from
Mhm.
20 weeks upwards they start hearing your voice, they know your voice, they can hear music. So it's always good, to also contribute to that development when they're still inside you so I think that's great. I mean, I am also taking tips for myself. One day when I'm a mom, I will do the thing that needs to be done. So I think I want to move into uh I think I should call it the baby fever, right? We are in our well, I am in my early 20s, and
Mhm.
now it looks like everyone around me is having a baby, FOMO and all of these things. So did you at any point in your life experience the baby fever, and how did that make you feel?
I did, hey, for a very long time. And funny enough, it was around the same age as you are probably, like when I was in my early 20s. I did get a baby fever. Like I used to look at like my timeline and look at all my high school friends and see like people with babies, and I used to be like, oh, I can't wait to see how mine will look like. I think also for me, it was more of I just want to see how she'll look like. I just want to see how she'll act like stuff like that. I
Yeah.
definitely did feel that for quite a while, but I think my husband was the one that had more baby fever than me. My husband used to talk about babies like from the time we met. I'm like, I used to be like, no, like,
Relax.
no, dude, yeah, like I used to be like, no, chill, bruh.
Yeah.
But
Oh my
my
God.
husband always wanted to have a baby girl. He always wanted, and even when I was pregnant, he was like, "You carrying a girl?" I'm like, "No, it could be a boy. You don't know." And I honestly was secretly hoping for a boy. I also
Oh,
I
yeah.
still have a friend. My friend Mameti, she had a boy, and she had a boy like a few months before I had a boy. So before I knew I was what I was having, I used to speak to her, and she told me that she's having a boy, and I used to be like, I so wish I have a boy as well. And my husband is like, no, we having a girl.
We're
I
having a
know
girl.
it. Yeah. And to find out that we actually are having a girl. But yeah, I always think that having a partner that I feel like my husband was more mentally ready than I was, but it helped me so much because it made a lot of the things easier. Like I never had to worry about him disappearing on me, or him not being an active father. Even to this day, my husband does everything that I do. The only thing that he can't do is breastfeed because he doesn't have
Yeah.
breast. But in terms of the role in the relationship,
Yeah.
he changes nappies, he
Oh,
cooks,
that's
he
great. That's
feeds the
good.
baby. Yeah,
Mm.
it has really made being a mother a lot easier for me. And I think a lot of women struggle with they have a partner but they're doing everything themselves, and that just makes it also a lot more harder. And yeah,
Mm.
you start being resentful, and you start actually having negative thoughts. But when you have a supportive person, it really does help a lot. And I think when you have a baby, it's important for both of you to play a part, and actually there shouldn't be one partner who's doing everything. You guys should
Mm.
both be
Mm.
active with the baby. Yeah, you should both be, if the baby's going to school, both of you wake up, bath the baby.
Yes.
Maybe one person does this cafeteen or whatever, one person is packing the bags or whatnot. I think that helps a lot. And yeah, everyone needs to play their role. Don't just be a father just because you
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I'm not gonna say
I
it, but
mean, yeah. I agree. Like I am on that tip to say,
yeah,
look, when we have a baby, it's our baby, meaning we have
yes,
to share the responsibilities, of course.
yes,
And I think I'm liking what I'm seeing with this current generation of fathers that we have.
yes,
You know, they
yes,
are showing up in ways I cannot even explain, which I
yes,
find for me it's great because it is showing that we are that generation that is changing the narrative,
mm,
about what parenthood looks like. We're actually
mm,
starting to define what parenthood looks like.
yes,
And I think, the collaboration between mom and dad makes life even a bit, easier and nicer for the baby as well.
yes,
So
yes,
yeah,
yes, yes,
if people have questions, I think this is the time for you guys to throw in your questions. If it's not questions but comments, please feel free to throw in your comments, because we will be wrapping up our conversations very soon. I don't want to keep Bongi on for a long time. She has a gorgeous baby waiting for her, guys. So, so I think for me, Bongi, what would you say to a young mom? Like now this
mm,
is you passing on. Yes, this is a message from you to me. I get
okay,
I'm a mom to
yeah.
one day.
I would really say, you know what, take your time. I know that a lot of young people feel pressured to have kids at a certain age, but really take your time. You don't have to rush into anything. But when it does happen, even if it's not at the time that you planned, make the best out of it. You know what? Make the best out of it. Give it your all, and don't anxiety.
It looks like Bongi has connectivity problems. So let's just give her a sec. She'll be back. Please feel free to drop a comment. Let us know how is the conversation. What is your takeaway from it? Because I can see that we still have a few people on. Okay. Looks like we've lost Bongi, but as soon as she is back, we will proceed. So, Mamiti, Fisiwe, Zinkita, and Dinero, kindly let us know how the conversation is going. Are there any takeaways for you guys? How are you feeling and everything else? Hey, yes, we have you back on.
Sorry, I don't know what happened there. I think my internet switched off at some point.
No, it's
Yeah,
it's totally okay. It really is okay.
yeah. So where
All
did we?
right.
Did you get everything from? Where did we
I
start?
got most of the stuff, and then
Okay.
you paused for a while and got disconnected. But I had invited people to give us their comments or questions, and we have Dineo, and she says, "No question, but Bongi, you are such an inspiration, my friend. Well done for being such an awesome mother." Oh, that is so
That's
beautiful.
very
Thank you
sweet.
so much, Dineo.
That's one of my closest friends. And she's also a mother, and we were pregnant like the same time, and we worked together as
Ah, friendship
well.
goals. We see you.
We did everything together in our pregnancy, and I mean, she's such an amazing mother as well. We constantly give each other advices and stuff like that. So it was really nice having someone to walk the journey with and go through
With
the same things together. Yeah, yeah.
And I think just touching on that, I just remembered something. You know how social media or how people make motherhood look like? They make it look so glamorous. It's all about cute photos. It's about what is the reality for someone who doesn't know, someone who is pregnant, someone who is yet to be a mom. What
Mm.
is the reality? Yeah.
It's definitely not glamorous at all, like at all. But I think we try to create beautiful memories, and we try to also have fun with the process. Because I believe everything works on how you look at it. You know, you can either be miserable about it and only post the bad stuff or say negative things, or you can look at it at a positive light. The truth is,
Mm-hmm.
it's not easy, yes. There's a lot of challenges, definitely. So for someone who doesn't have a child, that's why I say to young people, don't rush. But when you do, if it does happen, make the best out of it. It's your life at the end of the day, and it's your child's life. And you want your child to look back and really say, I had a beautiful childhood. So
Mm-hmm.
try and have great experiences, try and make beautiful memories, as much, and try and navigate through those challenges that you will face. It's definitely not easy, but it's what you make it at the end of the day. You can either make it a beautiful experience, or you can make it a miserable one. And I always try to make it beautiful. I try to have fun moments with my child. I try to take as many pictures as I possibly can, because I know that one day I will not have this baby. One day she will be as old as me, and yeah, I won't be able to take pictures with her. I'm sure she won't even want me to take pictures with her. But yeah, I really try to make it a fun experience with its challenges, with all the trouble it comes with, because you do really sacrifice a lot when you become a mom. Like I said, that you can't really do the things that you did before. in a sense that you need to prioritize your time differently. But that shouldn't stop you from having fun, and don't conform to what people say. Because a lot of people, funny enough, I do get people who are negative about it. Why do you post so much? Why do you put your child on social media? Why are you taking the child to the beach? Like the water will grab her,
Why
or
not?
a mermaid will come out and eat her. So you will get those people. You will always get those people. And you can never please everyone. You can never please anyone. And part of being a mom is being able to block out certain comments, because everyone has an opinion about what you're doing, and you're doing this wrong, or what. So you'll get 1,000 different advices. But at the end of the day, you need to listen to yourself and trust your decision making, and say, you know what, I'm doing this and I trust this, because if something should go wrong, you can come back to yourself and say, you know what, I made this decision and it didn't work out. Maybe I'll try something else. But when you take all these advices, then you become confused and lost, and you can't really make any adjustments, because the decision wasn't yours in the first place. It becomes difficult to go forward. So I always say, not just in being a mother, but in life, in corporate, trust your own decision making, and I think you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Even if you do fail, you know where to adjust. You know who to hold accountable, because you have made that decision by yourself. Yeah.
Sure. Thank you so much, Bongiwe, for, sparing time for us today. It's been a beautiful conversation. And I continue to low-key look at you, because I think you are one of the moms who inspire me so much. And I really love the kind of relationship that you and your husband have with your daughter. It's very beautiful. And I am all for, beautiful love. And just creating spaces for children that when they look back, they're like, yo, guys, but my parents did the most, so thank you for creating those beautiful memories for your daughter. It's really inspirational, and we do hope to have you again some other time, but we will communicate that. And thank you to everybody who took time to join us. Thank you a lot. Please follow Bongiwe if you are not already. It's Bongiwe, full stop Mukwena, right? On your, yes, it's at Bongiwe, full stop Mukwena, on Instagram, and it's Bongiwe Mpopo on Facebook. So thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone, for your time. Thank you, Thato, for this invite. It's much appreciated. I enjoyed this conversation, and I really hope you took some things out of it, especially as a young person. And yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate this a lot.
Thank you. I'm learning, I'm all about learning from people who have the experience, but thank you so much. It's been great. Until we meet again, guys, remember to follow Flourish with Thato on both Facebook and Instagram. We offer antenatal programs for mom and pregnant women. We are both virtual and face-to-face. So thank you, Bongiwe. It is great.
Thank you. Bye.